Hello everyone, this is TracerPixel128. Today is Friday, April 7th, 2023. This is a package I got from eBay. I got a brand new computer, well not brand new, it's a used computer I got earlier this week and it arrived today. You're wondering why the Roku box is here? Well, I want to cover the address, so let's open this up like so. I'm a bit worried since this was shipped via FedEx. I was worried that it might be crushed, and I hope not. Yeah. It came all the way from Michigan to here, the House of Weirdness. Slip. Okay, it says, thank you for your purchase, and it's basically tell you that if you have any problems, just contact the seller for consulting eBay. Here's the power cord, comes with it. Let's take this thing out of the box. Now, it's wrapped up very good, which is probably can't tell what computer this is yet because this is bubble wrap, but I'll cut it. This is the computer I picked up. This is an HP Pro 3000 MT. This originally came with Windows 7 Professional. So there's no hard drive, but I could fix it. I got plenty of spare parts. Here's the front, and then here is the side. The back. I'm glad this arrived in one shape. I'm glad this arrived in one piece. There, and now I'm going to put this over to the side. I'm going to move the camera so you can see the inside of it. And I'm going to take the side panel off. Leave it unscrewed here. I don't have the screwdriver handy at the moment. Here we go. This has 4 gigabytes of RAM already. I'll probably bump it up to 8. Yeah, there's no hard drive, but I can fix that. There's the speaker. This is the CPU cooler. There's the optical drive. There's the power supply. Yep. Appears to be like a different looking power supply because I did research before I bought this because some HP computers from a certain time period use a different style power supply, a more proprietary power supply. Don't know if this is wired any different, but yeah, I think about upgrading the power supply because I'm going to do some serious upgrades to the system in the future. This has 1 PCI Express slot, it has 2 PCI slots, an X16. The North Bridge, the South Bridge. No, I think one of these is the integrated graphics. So you 4 SATA ports. ID. Yeah, I think so. No, I think that's just the stuff for the power stuff. And then power buttons on the top. Which on some computers the power button is on the top, like on my gaming PC. This is the inside of the system. I will be doing another another video where I'm going to be taking a look at this, or in another segment I will be putting a hard drive in this, and let's check it out. Here it is, all set up in my room. As you may know from the earlier clip, this computer does not have a hard drive in it. That's what it said according to the listing. Here are the two hard drives I said I was going to put into it. One of these. This is a 1TB Seagate Barracuda, and here's a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Blue. Both of these were pulled out of a computer one of my uncles sent me as a birthday gift back in 2020. And since it didn't work, I ended up using it for parts. I used the parts in other things. This Seagate has like a different sticker on it. This was pulled out of an Asus Essentio, which is a different computer that my uncle had. I got it for free back in 2015 from him. It became my Linux box for a bit. You probably remember seeing it in one of my older videos where I took a look at that HP keyboard that I found in my old garage. You probably may remember that video. But this is the hard drive that came out of that computer originally, judging by the sticker. As for this hard drive, I'm pretty sure he probably bought this separately. I presume this was the original drive from that computer, but this one is. So it could be, one of these. And I'm thinking about, as for the OS that I'm going to load on it, well, that's going to be a surprise. Since this thing originally shipped with Windows 7, I may go a different route. And also, here's the keyboard I'm going to use. I'm going to use this old Dell keyboard, as well as this wireless Logitech mouse. It's a VGA cable, and this is, of course, the power cable that came with the computer. There's my tripod right there. I'm just holding the phone holder right now, but I'll set everything back up in just a moment. I just got a hard drive installed, and I want to let you know that this hard drive cage is a real pain to get out. You have to press down on this like really hard, and after you take out the two Torx screws, and you have to push it up, and then you put your drive in, you lock it back, you push it down until it locks into place, and you plug it back in. I decided to put it in the 1TB, like I said. Now I'm going to put the side panel back on, plug everything in, and let's see if it works. Another side note about this computer, I am amazed by how clean it is on the inside. There's very little dust on the bottom, but I'm amazed that it's not very dusty. Unlike this computer, how it looked when I moved, it was very dusty. Well, it's because it came from a different environment, especially since it was around cats. Since this is a business machine, it makes sense. Yeah. It's like, little dust on the bottom, but it should be fine. We're going to put the side panel back on and just turn it on. Before I plug this computer in, I just want to show you the back. Since, well, you probably saw it briefly in the video. It's the back of the power supply. Here are the expansion slots. Here's the fan, and here's the motherboard. Yeah, I think it's line in, line out, microphone, Ethernet, 6 USB ports, VGA, DVI, serial, and PS2 keyboard and mouse ports. So it's still a real computer. Just as I thought, this hard drive is dead. Yeah. Could not hear it spin up, and it could not be detected in the BIOS, even with the cable swap, so thankfully I have some spare drives. I could just put in like this other 1TB, or I can just put in this 500 gigabyte Western Digital drive, and hopefully this works. That was super weird. I swapped hard drives, swapped cables, swapped channels. Apparently the only thing that's being detected is the DVD-ROM drive, but I decided to take the cable out and put it onto the hard drive and connected the hard drive to it. Hopefully it detects it. Let's start it back up again. I'll just install everything via an external DVD drive anyway. No! No. Nothing is showing up. Why is the floppy controller? That's super weird. There isn't a floppy disk on this system. It's super weird. Why isn't any of my drives detecting? Is this drive dead? Is this drive dead? I don't know. I really don't know. Just trying to troubleshoot this thing. Well, this is a bit of a miracle. I just put in this 240 gig SSD. I don't have a mount for it yet. And it's detecting it in the BIOS. Again, this is just very weird. I went into one of my drawers and I found a couple of network cards I could put into this. I have this one that I pulled out of another computer. I think it was a computer that my other uncle had sent me. Then I have this Netgear one that I pulled out of my dad's old server. Both of these use Realtek chips, so one of these might work. I'm going to unplug this computer and I'm going to plug in one of these. Decided to put in the smaller of the two network cards because there is a slot for it in this motherboard. And I'm going to button everything back up and hopefully this works. I got the network card installed and now let's turn it on and hopefully it works. Log into the Vista partition first and see if it picks it up. Because I'm weird like that. Now let's log in. Hold on. Let me see if I can diagnose it. I don't think this is the right driver, though. Hold on, let me go into Device Manager and see what's going on. I have no idea why the driver is failing. I have no idea. Well, I guess I can't even use this with the internet, but oh well. I'll just probably pull the wireless adapter out of this machine and see if that works. I just remembered something. This network adapter comes with a disk. So I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it in there. I got the driver disk and I'm going to put it into the computer. It's reading it. It doesn't want to focus. I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's installing it. Haven't gotten any changes yet. TP-Link wireless USB adapter. Sweet! Awesome! Thank goodness they include the disc. I was about to use like the drivers I got off the thumb drive. The device driver has been installed successfully. Yes! Haha! I'm glad that this wireless adapter supports older versions of Windows. Was not able to get the Ethernet working, but that is okay. Apparently the Wi-Fi in this house is too new for this system, but I was able to get it connected to my mobile hotspot, and it works just fine. So now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to eject the the driver disk first before I do anything. I'm going to go into the thumb drive. Legacy update. Now I'm going to install all the updates for the system, and I'll let you know how it goes in a bit. I was able to get Legacy Update working, and after a while, finally load like all the updates I'm going to install. I would say, woot! So now Legacy Update is installing the last few updates for the system. Well, I got all the updates installed. For some reason, I could not install Internet Explorer 9, but I'll take a look at that later. If I go into WinVer, yeah, it's still 6002. There was like 2 updates that came out that bumps the version number to 6003. I'll probably download those at a later date. But for now, it seems to be working just fine. But now I'm going to restart and boot into my 7 partition. And now here I am booted into Windows 7. And I'll do WinVer. I haven't done the updates to this system yet, but I'll do it soon. I'm doing this in one hand because I don't have my tripod. This is the latest version number is running Windows 7 Source Pack 1. And it seems to be working just fine. I have a huge video planned, but this is just me setting up and tinkering and troubleshooting with this HP Pro 3000. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and more videos will be coming soon, so stay tuned.